Hello, friends. I'm Kush. I'm back again with another fascinating book called $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau. You hear a lot of people saying you need money to make money. What if I tell you you just need $100 and some creativity and you can have your own profitable business? That's the promise of Chris Guillebeau. Michael Dell once said, you don't need to be a genius or a visionary or even a college grad to be successful. You just need to have a dream and a framework. You can build your own business. In this video today, we're going to be covering the stories and the lessons from this book. The stories of the people who have started with almost nothing, just some idea, and maybe a little cash, like $100. And they have been able to build your own businesses. They have been able to get out of the 9 to 5 grind, which most of the people want. So why not we dive into this video and cover 3 things. First, how to start the business with a pocket change. Second, you don't need to reinvent the wheel while you're building the business. Third, how you can convert your skills and passion into a money-making machine. So if you have been thinking about creating your own business and always keeping on the side that you don't have enough time, money, or experience, this video is for you. We'll be covering fascinating lessons from these books, and I can guarantee you towards the end of this video, you will say, hey, I can do it. So let's dive in. Key lessons from Chris Guillebeau, $100 Startup.
1. Start small, dream big. Your big idea is already in you, all right. First things first. You don't need to invent the next iPhone. Chris says your first business doesn't have to be a revolutionary idea. It just needs to be something you're good at and something people are willing to pay for. Look at what you already know or enjoy doing and start from there. Example time. Benny Lewis was just a guy who loved learning languages. He saw that people struggled to learn languages quickly. So he began selling language learning tips online. Simple, right? But guess what? He built a full-time income from it, all while traveling the world. Takeaway. Your next business idea might already be in your skill set. Don't overthink it. Start with what you know and build from there. 2. Keep it lean. You don't need fancy gadgets or a huge office. You don't need a shiny office with fancy espresso machines or the latest tech to start a business. Chris emphasizes that keeping it lean, that is, keeping your costs as low as possible, is key to growing fast without breaking the bank. If you've got $100, that's your starting budget. Think of Tom Saki, founder of TerraCycle, who started his business by selling worm poop as fertilizer in used soda bottles. No, seriously. He literally used other people's trash to build a business that's now worth millions. Takeaway. Don't throw money at your idea. Start small, start cheap, and grow as your profits grow. The less you spend, the more you keep. 3. Solve problems. Make money. People pay for solutions, not ideas. The golden rule of any successful business? Solve a problem. People don't pay for clever ideas or flashy marketing. They pay for solutions. Chris teaches us that if your business solves a real problem for people, it's bound to succeed. Take Angeline Tan, who was tired of her uncomfortable high heels. So, she designed a line of high heels that are actually comfortable and started selling them. Turns out a lot of women shared her pain, literally, and her business took off. Takeaway. Don't just come up with a cool idea. Find a problem people have and offer them a solution. They'll gladly pay for something that makes their life easier. 4. Launch fast. Adjust later. Stop waiting for perfect. Here's the truth. Perfect doesn't exist. If you wait until your product or service is flawless, you'll never launch. Chris says the best way to succeed is to launch fast and make improvements along the way. Done is better than perfect. Take John Lee Dumas, who launched his podcast Entrepreneur on Fire with 0 podcasting experience. He didn't wait to become a pro, he just started, and he got better over time. Today, it's one of the top podcasts in the business world. Not because it was perfect from day one, but because he started. Takeaway. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Get your product or service out there and tweak it as you go. The sooner you launch, the sooner you learn. 5. Use your network. Leverage what you already have. You've probably heard the phrase, it's not what you know, it's who you know. In the world of startups, that's more true than ever. Chris says your network is one of the most valuable assets you have. You don't need to hire an expensive marketing team when you've got friends, family, and coworkers who can spread the word. Look at Gary Vaynerchuk, who took his family's wine business from $3 million to $60 million using nothing but YouTube and his existing network. He didn't have a huge budget. He just had hustle and the power of social media to get the word out. Takeaway. Don't underestimate the power of your connections. Your friends, family, and social media contacts are your best marketing tool when you're just starting out. 6. Sell before you build. Test the waters first. This is one of my favorite lessons from Chris. Sell before you build. Before you invest a ton of time and money creating your product, test the market. Will people actually pay for what you're offering? If yes, great. If no, time to pivot. Take Tim Ferriss, yep, him again,
Why are you the way that you are?
who tested the concept for the 4-hour workweek by running ads for a non-existent product, just to see if there was interest. Once he knew people were willing to pay, he wrote the book. Genius, right? Takeaway. Before pouring time and money into your product or service, make sure people are willing to pay for it. Pre-sell, test, and adjust accordingly. 7. Keep your day job. For now. Hustle. Don't gamble. One of the biggest misconceptions about starting a business is that you have to quit your job and go all in. Chris Guillebeau says, whoa, pump the brakes. Keep your day job, at least for now. You can build a side business in your spare time without putting all your eggs in one basket. Think of Jeff Sheldon, founder of UGG, a minimalist clothing brand. He started his business as a side project while working a full-time design job. Slowly but surely, he grew it into a full-time gig. He didn't quit until he knew he could support himself with his side hustle. Takeaway. Don't take unnecessary risks. Start your business on the side, and once you're sure it's bringing in steady income, then you can think about going full-time. 8. Take small risks. Reap big rewards. Don't gamble the farm. When you're starting a business with just $100, it's important to remember that small risks can lead to big rewards. Chris explains that you don't need to gamble everything to see success. In fact, the beauty of the $100 startup model is that you can test ideas with very little investment and learn as you go. Example. Steve Cho, co-founder of MyWifeQuitHerJob.com, didn't throw all his money into one big business idea. Instead, he and his wife started selling handkerchiefs online as a small experiment. They invested just a few $100s to get started and quickly saw a profit. From that small risk, they built a 6-figure business that allowed his wife to quit her full-time job. Takeaway. Don't feel like you need to take huge risks to succeed. Start small, test your idea, and grow from there. Sometimes the smallest risks pay off in the biggest ways. 9. Master the art of marketing. You don't have to be a salesperson to sell. Here's a truth bomb. You don't need to be a smooth-talking salesperson to market your side hustle. In fact, Chris argues that authentic, genuine marketing beats pushy sales tactics every time. It's all about telling your story, connecting with your audience, and showing them why your product or service matters. Example. Take Jonathan Fields, who launched the Good Life Project. He didn't hire an expensive marketing team or flood the internet with ads. Instead, he shared his passion for living a meaningful life and built a loyal following by being real. His marketing was simply his story, and people connected with that. Takeaway. Don't think you need to be a marketing genius to succeed. Just be genuine, tell your story, and show people why your product will make their lives better. People buy from people, not faceless brands. Conclusion. And that's it. Those are key lessons from the $100 Startup by Chris Guillebeau. Whether you've got $100 or $1,000, the principles stay the same. Start small, solve problems, and grow as you go. You don't need a ton of money or experience to succeed, just a good idea and the drive to make it happen. If this video inspired you to start your own $100 startup, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to Book Bites Club for more insights from the best business books. Remember, the best time to start is now, so take that small step today. And who knows, maybe your $100 startup will turn into a 6-figure success story. Until next time, keep hustling and stay creative.